Okay.
All right, welcome to another episode of Viper Squadron podcast. This is episode 23, and we're going to be talking about the new Separatist bomber. Today with me, I have Mr. Larry
What's up, everyone?
and then Mr. Austin, kind of listening more than being on camera right now. So it's all right. So we took a week off last week just because everyone's schedules were all out of whack and we couldn't be available at the same time. So we're here tonight, and just got to say 20 days until the announced release of Wave 4. So then we get this new set of ships coming in 3 weeks. So let's see. We have an exciting new article from the Hyena Bomber. The paint job and model are fantastic. Did you see that?
Yep. Not
I
bad.
love
Look, not pick.
I love the look of it. The ship is in the design it's like a Vulture droid fighter, but the wings are flatter and thin, and the upper and lower parts of the wings are not the same size. One's longer than the other. Um, and there's another little pod right there on the top of like right in the center where the droid brain is. So it's a little different, but still kind of same kind of design, so they still look similar enough. Um, this one is built to be a bomber to carry some missiles and torpedoes. Um, and it also links together with the Vulture droids. They have the same ship ability, that network calculation, so they can move their, calculate tokens around. So they work in perfect sync with the Vulture droids. So you can have a mix of Vulture droids and Hyena bombers in a squad. All right, so the Hyena bomber. The pack comes with the model and the small base. It comes with 6 ship cards, 10 upgrade cards, of course, then dial and tokens. The first ship card is agility. I'm sorry, is initiative 4, and this is called DBS 404. I know. I think a couple weeks ago we had a little preview of this from when they live streamed, and we made some comments about him. So, did you get dropped there, Austin?
I got a phone call.
Okay, so they have, like I said, they have the same ship ability as the Vulture droids with the network calculations. This is while you defend or perform an attack, you may spend 1 calculate token from a friendly ship at range 0 to 1 to change 1 focus result or to an evade or hit result. Hey, look at that. There's Kyle.
Going.
Welcome, Kyle.
I saw that.
Haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a little crazy.
Yeah, I get it. Well, thank you very much for showing up tonight.
Yeah.
So we're talking, just gotten started on this, the Hyena Bomber.
Mm-hmm.
So this first pilot or droid, their ability is you can perform attacks at range 0. But while you perform an attack at range 0 to 1, you must roll 1 additional die. After the attack hits, suffer 1 critical result.
Yeah, it makes it very interesting. I mean, it sounds cool to get that extra dice. It's just that drawback that you're going to take a hit yourself.
Not just a hit; it's a critical hit.
Pretty much.
Nah, I don't do that. I don't do that. Anything where I'm doing damage to myself, nah. Like Saw Gerrera, No thanks.
Yeah, I
No
kind of
thanks.
agree.
I agree with both of y'all. Too dangerous, too risky.
Yeah.
I don't know. Saw
Not enough
Gerrera is
to-
optional though, whereas this is mandated.
Yeah.
I
Which
know
is
that.
worse.
You know,
I think both will work.
I just don't know if I could go with a. It could be a 1-for-1. I'm gonna shoot you, but we're both gonna get damaged. You know, it's just
Yeah. What's the attack dice on the hyena?
2.
Too.
Yeah. Nah.
So now, okay, so it's at range 0 to 1. So you get your range bonus, and then it says you must roll 1 additional die.
Yeah, so you'd be rolling 4.
So you're
Okay,
rolling
so
4 dice.
that makes it a little better, but I mean, still.
Still, yeah.
Well, you look at its its hull strength. It's 5, but if you do that one too many times, it's gone. Especially if you do the attack, you get hit once, then your opponent attacks you. You get 2 big dice, and you're at range 1. That means, let's say that person gets what 3 or 4 dice. That means they can get at range 1 more dice. Oh God. Yeah, you better hope that the rest are blank and you evade the 2 shots they lay on you.
I mean, the way to combat this one is always just fly within range 1 of it.
True.
Because it says that while you perform an attack at range 0 to 1, so as long as you're in range 1 of it, it's gonna do some damage to itself if it gets damage to you.
True, but I'm thinking of the returning fire afterwards. At that range.
Well, yeah, I mean, regardless of what it's going back, but still, I mean, that's the only
I
way.
think I would take a range 3. I think I'd still take range 3 because at range 3 it's still rolling 2 dice, and it's not gonna do 4 dice damage.
I agree.
Right, but I'm saying for this one, you know, if you have a
I
heavy
should.
ship, like let's say an Upsilon shuttle, you know, if you could stay within range 1 of it, then it would be easier to kill it, you know, without it really killing you.
Right.
But still, that's still not something I would ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason
Yeah,
I would ever
so-
use it is if I can get it out of the person's shooting arc. If I can get behind them but they can't hit me, I would use this definitely. But
Still
that
gonna take damage.
Or you're at range 0, they can't shoot back anyway.
no, that is true.
You can't shoot them either.
That's true.
No, you can. That's his ability.
That
Oh.
was the first thing, is that you can perform attacks at range 0.
Oh, I must have missed that when I got a phone call.
So technically when you bump with his range 0, okay, that makes it a little bit better. It's really risky. Got you.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's talk about the next one. It's called DBS 32C. It says at the start of the engagement phase, you may spend 1 calculate token to perform a coordinate action. You cannot coordinate ships that do not have the network calculation ship ability.
I think that's going to be really strong for Separatist.
You just have this guy hanging in the back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow, that's good.
So, I mean, that one I think we'd see a lot more. And that one was Initiative 3.
Yep.
So, yeah. All right, so the next one is another Initiative 3. It's called the Bombardment Drone. That if you would drop a device, you may launch that device instead using the same template.
Hey, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're going to be dropping a bomb with a range 1, then you're going to launch it with a range 1.
There's a little bit of play there. Yeah.
Unless the new fuse thing that we'll talk about a little bit later, unless you use one of those, it's I mean, you're just like blowing yourself up.
Pretty much.
So for me, it's like that's the only reason why. I mean, that's a good reason to have the fuses along with this guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's it about him. The next is just a generic pilot, which is just a Separatist bomber. So there's no special abilities, and that was an Initiative 3. So you got 3 3s. Wow, that's crazy. And then they have a Initiative 1. It's called Bactoid Prototype. And its ability, it says, while you perform a special attack, if a friendly ship with the network calculations ship ability has a lock on a defender, you may ignore the focus, calculate, or lock requirements of the attack.
Yeah, that's gonna be the most taken ship, I think.
What's that?
I think that's gonna be the highest choice as far as which ship to take or which pilot. That's
Yeah, I mean, with this, and especially being Initiative 1, it's gonna be low on the cost.
yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here, and I'll be back on in a little while, guys.
All right.
Okay.
And he's gone. Yeah, and I do think that this one will be used a little bit more. That one and that weather one, the bombardment drone. This is the bombardment drone. Oh no, the
coordinate one.
32T. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you know, when they put all these letters, it's terrible to try to remember who the hell they are.
Yeah.
Agreed. But since they're droidicas, I guess calling by number models is much more easier than giving them names, like Bob. Anyways.
All right, so there's only one other ship card, and it was another Initiative 1, but it's a Techno Union bomber, a generic pilot. So no special abilities. So I mean, if you're gonna have a squad of these things, you know, you could have those Techno Union bomber and the Bactoid Prototype. It's a unique, but it's got the 2 dots. So you could have 2 of them. That would be pretty cool. Have those in there with a couple of vultures.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Hey Scott, what's going on with your picture quality?
Is what's going on with it?
Yeah, it's really lagging. The audio is fine. I just checked the live stream on the YouTube as well, and it's like both Larry and I look fine, but yours is really struggling.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Let me refresh this because this tells me how my stream status is going. So, I don't know what's going on here. I pay my bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Now it's just taking forever to load up.
Interesting.
Oh, here it comes. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Wow. Shows that it's okay. doesn't say fantastic or anything, so I don't know. So, well, as long as the audio's going, it's pretty good. At least I'm not.
Yeah, the audio's fine.
But, so yeah, now I lose my place. Okay, so back to this. All right, so the actions that these guys can use, they have a white calculate, a white lock, a white barrel roll linked to a red lock, and then a red reload.
Right.
Now, DBS 32C has a red jam, but doesn't have the reload. So that one is different than all the others. And that's the guy that can coordinate.
Right.
So
that's interesting that they.
So you can coordinate a jam to somebody. That could kind of screw some things up.
That is true. But then again, this faction likes to coordinate in pack hunter mentality, not lone wolf mentality.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a faction that's a swarm faction.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that jam coming into play very often because you're typically going to have that at the back.
Agree.
And looking at this thing's dial, which I'm assuming we're getting to next, you don't have a lot of opportunity to get rid of that stress.
Oh God.
Yeah, you're right. So, we're almost up to the dial, and we'll talk about that because there's not really that much blue on it. So it comes with a stat line of 2 attack, 2 agility, and then 5 hold.
Yep.
Nothing spectacular, but you know.
You know what? I wonder, can you get a shield upgrade on it?
Probably not.
What?
Well, actually, you might be able to. It does have a mod slot.
Yeah.
Okay, that may make it that ship a little bit more promising while having a pack hunter mentality. Just give it just that one more chance of survivability. I always look for how much punishment can it take, and how long will it be before I have to take the suffering of crits. If I can hold out a little longer from crits, I'm willing to fly the ship. If I'm going straight into crits, I'm kind of like, that's more of a hardcore gamble right there.
Yeah, and now, Kyle, like you were saying about the dial.
Yeah.
So this dial, he's got a lot of moves, but there's a 1 white straight and turns, but then the 1 banks are red.
Yeah, it can't do a lot of banking, just like the other droids.
Yeah. Yeah, so it has a 2 blue straight and turn, and white banks, and a red talon roll, and a K turn. So
It's
then
very
we have
visible.
3 blue straight, and then a white turn, and a 4 white straight, and a 5 red straight.
Yeah.
So there definitely is a lot more red.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's not too many options to relieve those stress. 3.
Wow.
And you just have the 2 and 3 streets in the turn and the 2 turns.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So if you're relieving stress, you're not going that fast.
Yeah.
Even though it has some,
so this thing,
even though it has some different abilities, I'm sorry about that. It's just those reds are like, okay, every cool maneuver I can do, I just gotta remember I'm gonna take a stress token and have to recover from it. So it's a give and take situation. I don't mind it.
Yeah. So all right. So this has also come up with some new upgrades. The first one is one of the tactical relays.
Yeah.
It's called TA-175. What is it? Yeah, tactical relay. It says after a friendly ship at range 0 to 3 was calculated on its action bar is destroyed, each friendly ship at range 0 to 3 with calculate in its action bar gains 1 calculate token.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Patrick.
Oh, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Well,
Not much.
Yes, did you hear me?
What's up?
Patrick? I said, are you getting settled in your new place?
yeah, it's coming together slowly but surely.
Well,
That's good to hear.
I christened it with me and Kyle christened it with the first game of X-Wing last night.
Yeah.
That's good. So,
I bet.
Oh, all right. Okay, so let's get back to this one. Tactical relay. So after a friendly ship at range 0 to 3 calculate on its action bar is destroyed, each friendly ship at range 0 to 3 would calculate in its action bar gains a calculate token. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah. I think that's really strong.
I'm dead. Now here, take this. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that one's going to be one that we're going to see. Because especially if you're finding these things in, in swarms, most likely they're all going to be within range 1 of each other.
True.
Or if it's a friendly ship at range 0 to 3, and even more, even if you just spread it out a little bit, still probably all of them be within range 3 of each other.
And what kind of what is it called? I'm trying to think of that one movie car where the ship blows up. Every ship that's at a certain range suffers either scratch or an ionization token from it blowing up. I think that's force back relay.
I think you're combining 2 cards.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what the name of the card is right now. That's what I'm trying to do.
It's Dead Man Switch. That's a scum card or a what's that spot called? Illicit, yeah. Which gives damage.
That's the reason why I was doing a scum squadron. Thank you. Now I know what I was going to put in that squad. Dead Man Switch. Anyways.
All right. So back to this. The next thing they have in the configuration, they have the landing struts. Those are identical to the grappling struts from the Vulture droids.
Right.
I mean, word for word. So, except for these ones say Hyena-class Bomber. So, I don't know.
I could see those being used a little bit better with the bomber than the fire one, because you could like jump off of a rock in front of something, to drop a bomb.
Right.
Versus
if you have the one where you can launch it, you could launch it out in front of somebody.
Yeah, versus having to like line up a shot with your arc type of thing, or like seismic charges. You jump off the thing and then you can set off the rock behind you.
I was just thinking that too.
So system phase comes after planning, so you'd have to do it the next turn after you left, right? Or do it
Right.
the turn that you jump off, but I could see that being used a little bit better than on the Hyena bomber than the Vulture droids. Yeah, or at least easier to
I
use.
agree. Especially, like, I was immediately thinking about the seismic charges, like you said, because, you know, if you're already on it, you know, when you drop it, it's going to be in range to blow it up.
Right.
You know, and if those guys, the other guys coming at you, you know, you can drop it right there. And even if you put a fuse on it, you know, they're going to still come, that are still going to be too close to it, that you could, you know, use it then.
Right.
And then get yourself out.
Well, I mean, you kind of just like almost sit them on a rock and then just wait. You know, I mean, maybe at some point, either it's going to be like low hanging fruit that someone's going to line up a shot, or like, you know, for instance, if you want to be tempted to get into range 1 and blast the thing away, it'd be, you know, you get like an ambush, you know, waiting for it, or someone's trying to get.
So a camping situation, got you.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, with it, what is it? Does it to rotate you? You can. It has the ability to rotate. So, yeah, I mean, it could. I do agree. I think these ones will be seen a lot more on these ones than the Vulture droids. So,
Am I coming through slow to you guys at all, or anything?
A little
yeah,
buffer.
a little bit.
Okay.
You're coming a little choppy, but we were just saying that there was a little bit on my side too. So I don't know. But okay, so here's another one that's a new device and modification. So you got to have both slots in order to use this one. And you also must have the reload action. And this is the electro-proton bombs. So when we were doing the preview and they just had the spread, and I said there was the one new token that's on there. It looks like a little missile on it. That's what this one is.
Yeah.
So this is the one that token comes with this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now this one says, I'm sorry, it has one charge on it, so you get that one-time use. It says during this system phase, you may spend one charge to drop an electroproton bomb with the one straight template. Then place one fuse marker on that device. And it says this card's charge cannot be recovered.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a one and done, but still, I think that whole fuse thing part of it, which we'll get right down to it in a second, is going to be something that you're going to see more often.
Yeah.
True.
It's a nasty bomb too.
Yeah. It's yeah. Did I put on here? I guess not. But anyways, let's see. Man, I didn't put on here what happens when it explodes.
It's like every ship at range 0 to 2 rolls 4 attack dice. For every blank you roll, you lose a shield. I think it's every damage and crit you take an ion, and every focus result you get a jam. It's something like that. Oh no, it's not a jam. It's a weapons disabled.
Yeah.
Yeah, super nasty.
Yeah, so having that one charge, I mean that one fuse on it, you know, and the fuse delays it for a round. drop this thing, and you're gonna see the other guy starts scattering his people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's really going to mess up positioning.
Yeah. And you see somebody with this in their list, you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Was this is it a ordinance that gives you weapons disabled? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, remember we talked about it a little bit yesterday.
Mm.
Now it gets the range 2 with a delay. You roll 4 attack dice. Every blank you roll, you lose a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Every hit or crit you roll, you take an ion. And every focus result, you take a weapons disabled.
And what is it?
It's called an electro proton bomb.
It's a bomb?
Yeah.
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 Does that seem incredibly OP to me? Just me? Or like,
This is gonna fuck up people's positioning. You might have a plan on how you're gonna go. They drop this sucker down, and that just throw that plan right out the window, man.
Yeah, how can you go fast?
after range 2?
Yes.
Yes.
What the?
Yeah.
What in the world?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is
One-
this. I'm hoping is going to be a little on the higher price side.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Especially
yeah.
since it's 2 slots.
jeez.
It doesn't say separatist only.
No, it does not, and that's the really shitty part.
Mm.
I think I might have something I can use on my Punisher now.
Yeah, because the Punisher has that bomb in the modification slot, right? So
Scourge list, anyone?
yeah.
No,
And
quad
Oh, wait,
jumpers.
Hawk has
Does it
Hawk
have
has
a bomb slot?
Hawk has a freaking bomb slot. That's
Does
gonna
it?
get stupid real fast, right there.
Yeah, it is.
I think that's what it's gonna be. That's gonna make things really dumb real fast until they
Yeah.
overpoint it ridiculously. Unless it's like, I mean, because that seems incredible. Could that be a 2 bomb slot?
Yeah, you can put it on even white wings.
It's a bomb mod. So you have to have both those. But that's not hard for a bomber.
I just like what it can do
Wait.
now.
It
You
has
said it's a bomb mod, so it takes a bomb slot and a mod slot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not hard at all. Especially since modifications kind of suck.
Yeah.
So it's like, sure, why not?
I could put these on IGs.
Can you?
Yeah.
So the only thing that nothing happens is crits, or does
No, everything does something.
that's
It doesn't matter
ridiculous.
what you roll, you're getting something.
Is it every ship in
Yes.
range?
Yeah.
Yes.
So even like you could do that, you could hurt your own ships.
Mm-hmm.
I just boil it down to however you fly. And the way I
It's
fly,
like
that would be a
dropping
pretty
that thing and already be doing a 5 straight, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Because if let's say for instance, since I like flying the Punisher and sometimes the Defender, with that being said, and adding on to that Punisher, everyone likes to gang up on the Punisher. I'll let you gang up on it. Drop that bomb out there. What's gonna happen? Y'all not gonna be shooting it for much longer. Y'all gonna get jacked up.
Well, another way to look at it though is that could be one of those things that's like so.
Really?
what a time to cut
Good.
out.
You
Do
cut
what?
out, dude. You cut out when you were like, so.
Yep.
And you
Oh God.
so, continue.
No, but like, what?
I said continue after so.
So I'm kidding. So yeah, like it's so good that you could get that people would be trying to use it so hard that you could probably like get them to drop it and expecting them to do the 5 straight, and then just make sure that whatever they're trying to drop it on also gets the crap away, type of thing. Like set up a trap to where,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think
Yeah,
this is gonna be great for breaking formations.
yes.
Agreed.
So
I kind of am actually looking forward to this thing.
Yeah,
As a
that's
scum
very
player.
true. That's very true.
As a
That's
scum
very
player,
true.
you have those IGs, you're coming up against somebody that's got a swarm of TIE fighters.
Yeah. TIE swarm, a Separatist swarm.
With
Yeah.
my
Separate
well, and there's a lot.
units.
There's a lot of things with lots of shields too that this could help. A lot of health, and you could potentially take all of their shields away with the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with the fangs, like it would really suck to get like ionized and disarmed and whatnot, but there's only one turn. There's no shields to strip.
Yeah.
Like so you could run certain things, or like the TIE fighter swarm.
Yeah, just an Imperial
Just
TIE fighter swarm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just for the shield aspect of it. I mean, it would still really suck to have all of your things ionized and disarmed because you didn't,
Yeah.
Uh,
Do a ship or two next round.
yeah, but this could really hurt some ships too, like some Imperial ships, for instance, that really need those shields because without the shields, they can die really fast.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's not gonna hurt Suter Fell. He has no shield.
No, it's true.
The tugboat swarm, Kyle.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't care if I get weapons disabled. They don't shoot well anyway.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So the next thing that they came out with is another double slot, but it's missiles. It takes 2 missile slots.
Yeah.
So it has, and it's the Diamond Boron missiles. It comes with 3 charges. It has a 3 front arc attack, and it's a range 2 to 3 with no range bonus. It says attack. You must have a lock. To spend 1 charge after this attack hits, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, each ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender with agility equal to or less than the defender's rolls 1 attack die and suffers 1 hit crit damage for each matching result.
What? Hold on. Can you read
Okay,
that?
so are you talking about the results part?
Sure. Like,
Okay, when it says, okay, I'll read it totally again. It says, after this attack hits, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, each ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender with agility equal to or less than the defender's rolls 1 attack die and suffers 1 hit crit damage, hit or crit damage for each matching result. So my question, are all the dice, because the way it's sounds to me, the way the wording is, you roll all those dice together. So if you have a TIE swarm and you got 5 ships in there, and or even 4, and then they each roll a dice, because when it says each matching result,
yeah, which would infer that there's more than 1 dice per ship.
right? But yeah, so because otherwise, why would it even matter? They roll 1 attack die.
Right.
I mean, that would be it. So to me, the way they have it worded there is they're all rolling at the same time.
Wait, and
So-
then each?
4 of them. Yeah, it says 1 each. Or defender each rolls 1 attack die and suffers 1 hit or crit damage for each matching result.
So this is just against... So the damage only goes against who you're shooting at?
Right. Yeah, your opponent.
Okay.
So
And
if I
it's...
roll my 3 dice and one of them gets through, then everybody within range 0 to 1 of that guy rolls an attack dice.
No, it's 1 die to each ship.
See, this is
Because it's saying each ship at range 0 to 1 with such agility rolls 1 attack die and suffers 1 for each result.
but why even put all that in there?
Because I got to be very specific. Otherwise,
Someone's gonna
you
find a
get
mulligan.
people trying to bend the rules or find loopholes.
Yeah, okay, so this is just like an area attack, but
So it's just
next
like
one you're only getting 1 hit or 1 crit per...
yeah, so just possibly another damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an anti-swarm.
Yeah, it's another one of those.
And this is coming with what? Which, the Hyena Bomber still?
Yes.
And it's a...
Double
Is it-
missile.
It's a missile. Is it Separatist only? Or...
Nope.
No, it's just a double missile slot.
Which not many ships have.
Oh, it's a double missile slot?
Yeah.
Yep.
And how many charges does it have?
3.
3.
3, and then you can choose...
You're only going to be able to do that 1 time.
Like,
No,
you
it's
have
3
to
times. You don't have to
spend-
spend a charge for each ship that suffers from this.
No.
It's just
because it says attack, spend 1 charge. So you're going to
Yep.
spend 1 charge.
yeah,
After
that's the
it
spend
hits,
1 charge.
Spend 1 charge. Well, then you're only going to have 1 left, so you can't do it
Right.
the second.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Unless you can reload.
That's the only other way that it makes sense.
because that seems a little silly.
What sounds silly? Just doing that?
Yeah, if you can't reload and you to have 3 charges for something you can only use once with 2 charges. So yeah, that must be the mechanic that they're... You know, why they put a 3rd charge on there. So you can't do it the next turn, but you can do it 2 turns again if you reload.
Right.
Yeah, because you have to reload, so you won't be able to shoot it that round.
Right.
Then yeah, so you'd have to shoot it every other round. So
Oh, there's something we missed with the electron proton bomb when we were talking about what could take it. It must have a reload action.
oh, that's right.
So mod slot, bomb slot, or device slot, and a reload action. And as far as I know, the only scum ship that can do that is the fire spray.
Y-Wing.
Yeah, the Y-wing too. They've got a
Yeah,
red reload.
let's do
Skirt
it.
doesn't have the reload.
Trying to get there.
No, it is not. Let's get the title. No.
Okay. And what else out there? The type Punisher and or Bomber, I'm assuming?
Yeah, probably.
The Y-Wing for the Rebels, and then whatever else. Or maybe like a K-Wing or something?
Punisher has the reload and double missiles. The bombers can do it too. Yeah. So there's at least 2 for the Empire.
So yeah, about 2 per faction.
Well, I don't think the First Order does.
No.
Nobody has a reload action, as far as I know. Oh
I
yeah.
don't think first order can even take bombs.
Well, I mean, the TIE SF can. Does have a reload. I'm sorry. That's a rotate. Duh.
Yeah, and the first order doesn't use devices at all.
What's that?
First order doesn't use devices at all.
Well, I mean, the SF can take missiles.
Right, but this is specifically for devices.
Oh yeah, we're talking about that device and the. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was getting it confused. I was thinking.
Gosh, God.
Gosh. All right, so
the delayed fuses.
Does the Y-wing have a maneuver that it would be able to drop and then get out of range too?
It's got a red 4. It's pushing
I mean,
it.
would a 3 get out of that?
I don't think so. I don't
think
remember
so.
which one it is.
I'm gonna go find out.
Well, no, if you drop it, because you've got the 1,
I'm gonna go find out.
your base, and the 3. So yeah, I think that probably would.
I'll be right back.
Have good luck.
You drop it and then you move.
Mhm.
But if you have that fuse on it, then then you move again. So yeah, I mean, it would be easy enough for it to get out of the way.
I'm just liking these new bombs. They're more vicious than the old ones.
Yeah, some of these ones are pretty nasty. Okay, so these. Okay, so we went through the the diamond boron missiles.
Mhm.
All right, so the next thing it has is a modification, the delayed fuses.
Yeah.
And it says after you drop, launch, or place a bomb or mine, you may place one fuse marker on that device.
Right.
Okay, so like we said, the delayed fuses is it just takes another round.
Yeah.
So at the end phase, then you pull that fuse off, and then it can be exploded the next round.
It looks like someone's got to say something.
4 straight
Yeah.
minimum to get away from it.
But you got 2 turns.
Oh.
Because it's got the delayed fuse on it.
Yeah,
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling me that, Kyle.
Well, as soon as you said, I'll be right back.
Maybe if you'd been listening, earlier on.
Yeah, I don't do that.
All
very
right.
well.
So that delayed fuses, it's a modification slot. So
Yeah.
the
Another
next thing-
garbage thing for mods.
What?
Another garbage mod.
Yeah,
What mod are we talking about?
Delayed
It's-
fuses.
I mean it might help on some other ships, on some other bombs, because I mean who knows?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, but it's not riveting.
Yeah, I agree.
Delayed fuse, that's a mod?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, you want to be able to take it with the super duper.
It's included on that.
Oh.
That bomb already has a delayed fuse.
So that plus a separate delayed
Yeah.
fuse for the mod slot.
right. Yeah.
I can see that working really well with seismic charges.
Yeah.
That's why it kind of takes the bomb or the device and the modification slot. So combines the two together.
Oh.
So then you can use it on the other bombs that don't already have it.
Yeah.
So, see. I mean, I'm interested in whether or not we're going to see those show up. So the next thing they have is a new torpedo. It's called the plasma torpedoes.
Mhm.
It comes with 2 charges. It has a 3 front arc attack, range 2 to 3 with no range bonus. And it says attack, you must have the lock. It says spend 1 charge. During neutralize results step, crit results are canceled before hit results. After this attack hits, the defender loses 1 shield.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Plus the crit wording. I love plasma torpedoes. What was great about the plasma torpedoes for in edition 1 was they were, it was like a cheap-ish, well, they were only like 3 points or something like that. So it was a cheap way to get a solid, not solid, but with guidance chips, for instance, you get a 4-dice attack with guidance chips at like range 3, take away their range bonus.
Yeah.
And then if you're lucky, you get an extra shield, you know. Like, I often ended up getting all of the damage to, like, the damage just from the dice roll would take away all the shields, so the shield thing was useless. But to fit in what I wanted to fit in, I'd often just take plasma torpedoes instead of proton torpedoes because it was that 1 point less. I was able to do a lot more with that and just get, you know, a 4-dice attack at range 3 torpedo thing out there, you know.
Yeah. That sounds like it would be a fairly good damage factoid.
Is it? You said 2 charges?
Yes, 2 charges. And you said the 1.0 one was 4 dice?
Yep.
Yeah, so then this is only a 3 dice. So
What?
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so all the other cards that they put in there in the little article added on are stuff that's already been released. Just kind of shows other things that they can, you know, take. So they had barrage rockets and energy shell charges, the bomblet generator, and trajectory simulator. So, and then the only newest other things that come with it, of course, are the tokens of the proton bomb, the electro proton bomb, and some fuse markers. So, other than that, I mean, that's about all it said for the bomber. So, what do you guys? So, all in all, after all that stuff, what do you guys think?
I like the new bombs. The Hyena bomber's not too bad of a new shit to have as an opponent. Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see how it flies when people use it in their squads. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
I think it's really interesting that they're putting cards in there that to me seem like would be really dangerous to fly with Separatists. Okay, hold on. Let me back that up a little bit. The super duper nuclear proton thingy seems like it would be really dangerous to fly with. Well, maybe not really dangerous, but you have a really good chance of disarming and ionizing your ships because you're probably going to be flying this massive freaking locust swarm of death. But both the missile thingy and the area damage missile thing and the proton bombs both seem like they'd be good against Separatists.
Right.
To break up the swarm and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting to me that that is with that faction particularly, but
I get you because you would expect that kind of a card would come with a ship that's going to be like a bomber, you know, something like you have the Scourge where it's not something where you have to have others of it like it in the swarm. It's just out there by itself, flying by itself. I mean, you would expect one of those having, you know, coming with then a swarm ship.
mm,
You know, you get in a swarm ship with anti-swarm ordnance. You know,
Right.
I feel like the as far as scum goes, the fire spray being able to take it, I think is what you said, Kyle, would be really good because it has that back arc. So you drop it, do with super duper long range, get out of the freaking way of it, and then you have a rear arc. So you just
Yeah.
rear arc and focus, and then you can still shoot really well. I mean, and
Yeah.
people are probably going to be barrel rolling to get away from the freaking thing, so they could easily barrel into range one of you, and probably, maybe, very likely not even facing you. You know, you're going to be out of their arc potentially if they don't see it coming, type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a swarm player, this could be really scary to see on the table. Unless it's like freaking 40 points or something.
Right.
Yeah, and the one good thing about it is it's limited to one. So
Oh yeah, that would be.
you only have one. That would be just nasty if you could have multiples.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first upgrade card, that's 100. That's half of your
Just,
half your points. It's 100 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nasty. But I don't know, if I was gonna fly a Separatist swarm, I definitely have one of these or two of these in there. Especially having some of those low agility pilots, and these other bombs on it and stuff, and the missiles. I mean,
Yeah.
you have that, even barrage rockets, having that on that is pretty nasty. But if you had this and you had trajectory simulator, you could fling this sucker out there too.
Is any of the ordnance range 1 to 2, or is it all 2 to 3? Or is
That these things are shooting, like the missiles and stuff, they were all 2 to 3.
okay?
Diamond boron missiles and the plasma torpedoes.
And then the barrage rockets.
The barrage rockets are 2 to 3 also.
2 to 3 also. Okay.
And same with the energy shell charges.
Okay. Okay. So that'd be scary if like one of those was 1 to 2, and you could kind of have like a layered defense type of thing, or a layered attack where no matter what, you're getting shot at by scary things.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always that extra shot on the range. I know I keep focusing on that, but that's where I stand out.
See, can you imagine having this and you having another swarm is coming at you, and you're one of your guys in the back row of your swarm or has one of these electroproton bombs, and he goes ahead and starts to drop it when you guys would be crisscrossing each other.
Yeah.
And then you drop it there, and you're gonna make him have to try to scatter.
Yeah. You drop it and do a 4 or 5K.
Right. Since you drop it in the system phase, I mean, they've already set their dials.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're already saying, okay, well, I'm gonna already do this, and then like they're gonna 4K, and you drop it like right in the middle of that 4, and now you're facing straight at it at a 2. If you did a 2 straight, you'd be sitting right on top of it. So now you got to try to figure out how to get the hell out of there without running over it.
Yeah.
I think this is maybe pretty good for the game as far as having these anti-swarm type of things, because when you get someone that's good with flying a swarm, I think right now, someone like a swarm list combined with someone that knows how to use it is rough.
Agreed.
Rough.
I agree.
And maybe this will break that up a little bit. Maybe people will be less willing to fly swarmy things.
I think how this game is playing itself out is trying to take away all the special abilities that some people may still have and give everyone still that what you call level playing field at the same time. So since Swarm is starting to get better, they're like, well, let's take away the ability of Swarm used to have and make it more level, which in turns will lead you to trying to figure out a new tactic to make yourself more of a capable fighter in the game. So as new people come in, it's not like, oh, Don't take on the swarm fighters because they're going to kick your butt because you haven't mastered how to fly swarm.
Well, I think the fact that I'm not going to say they would take the swarm players, kind of, or the swarm list, see them go. I still think that they're going to be there, but it just, I think with limiting on what kind of things can carry it, and I think that's a big deal. So leveling, changing it so you have to have that reload action in order to take the proton bomb, or you have to have double missile slots for the other missiles. I think that kind of stuff limits on what can use it. So you're just hoping that somebody's not going to try and. I mean, it's kind of I think these upgrade cards that they're coming out with are making it more of a roll the dice at who you get paired up with.
Pretty much.
So punny.
What's that?
So punny.
So punny.
Roll the dice. Just thought I'd point that out.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean, because right now, even though the vulture droids are new and stuff, though, since they're the newest wave, you see them all in the tournaments and stuff coming up. But now you're seeing some more people bringing back other things because they're like, nah, I don't like that, or they're not faring too well with it. So I think that even with this, it's still going to keep it pretty balanced. Because
yeah, I mean, it just kind of gives it something there to, like, if check swarms a little bit. Maybe if it's not even getting used as much, but it's still like there, so that if
you always
become dominant, people are going to start running this stuff to counter it. It's like it's there, it's in existence, it's a possibility, and it's something you got to think about. If you're trying to make tournament lists, and you want to bring a swarm, well, there's a chance that there's people showing up with this thing, and you got to learn how to counter it and learn how to play it, and maybe just fly a different list entirely.
Right, but I mean, I think that with the variety of ships now, so since they're adding all these new ships, I think the variety of them is going to make it more. Like, you might see a couple of these in a big tournament, but I don't see you seeing like all kinds of people having these on.
Right.
So I think that.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're in the mind of preparing for a tournament, not knowing what people are showing up with, you're going to have to consider it because it's there now.
Right. Yeah. It's always got to be that little thing that's in the back of your mind. You got to be keeping it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So June 6th. So we got 20 days until these things hit the shelves.
It's my anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's also D-Day.
How many years?
4.
4? Good. Getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't even hit the 1 year yet.
You're getting there. You're getting there, Scott.
What's that?
You're getting there, Scott.
For the 3rd time.
I'm coming up on 8 years.
All right, old man.
Look, if I combine all the years I've ever been married.
But you're not. So.
That's one way to do it.
I'm glad I can't do that.
It's a liberal math for you.
So, I don't know. In our group, you think how many of these things do you think you're going to see?
2.
Agreed. 2 would be the max for the time being, because I haven't seen that many people flying Separatist Force. Separatist Force for the Hyena. Now the bombs, I'm gonna leave it into our bomb experts who might use it. And I'm going with 2 so far that I've seen.
Are we talking about the hyenas, or are we talking about the stuff in the hyenas?
I'm talking about the hyenas.
Oh. We weren't.
I was looking at the bombs more so.
In the case of the Hyena, 2.
Agreed.
Still sticking with 2?
Well, no, maybe 3, because I think Calvin plays Separatist as well. So we got Calvin, Chris, and Darrin.
Okay.
Do you think
They're the only
Darrin? Do you think Darrin would not? Do you think Darrin would stray from his fire sprays?
Yeah, he's playing Separatist.
I
Yeah,
know.
he's been playing around with them.
When it comes to tournament time, do you think that he will?
If he gets a feel for them, yeah. I think he might be bored of the fire sprays.
Yeah, but having just this extra 1 bomb, that might even try something different for him.
Yeah, I think we could potentially see that a little more, especially with James being as good as he is with his stupid swarms. You know, I can see.
Oh, that's right. James is playing Separatist as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna put one of those bombs on my list.
I know, right?
Just the bomb.
Just the bomb. I just need that 1 bomb.
Yeah, me too. I'll put it on my thing list. My 3 things.
Yeah, put it on with my bombers.
Man, I wish we could take those missiles on something.
Yeah, there's nothing in Scum that has double missile slot, right?
No.
Not that I can think of.
Excellent. You think there ever will be something?
What's that?
Not anytime soon.
Yeah, no, not anytime soon. But anything that is not re-released, basically. Well, actually, we would know, wouldn't we? Because it's all in extended, isn't it? So yeah, probably.
Who knows what they're going to be coming out with?
Not Scum. They hate Scum now.
Yeah, they're not gonna release anything new for Scum though, right? They're just gonna be re-releasing everything that's already in existence.
Right. Yeah, I know. But still, I mean, you never know. They might be pulling one out. I mean, they're coming out with some more resistance stuff, but I know it's more just building up those factions to have more than like 4 ships.
Version 3, baby. 3.0.
But I think down the line, I'm sure we're going to see some new ships for each of the factions. So
One can dream.
I know it'd be nice.
Can you look
Yeah. So you guys got anything going on?
the X-Wings?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask next.
You guys have anything coming up? You guys have any game schedule with somebody or
trying new things? That's all.
So you guys just trying to get there when you can?
Yeah.
Kyle's got a list that I like a lot, but he's got to learn how to. It's a tricky list to fly. But
yeah, I won't fly it again.
You sure?
It's not for me. I'll fly some variant of it, but not that one.
Well, yeah. I mean, tweaking definitely would be in order, but
yeah, I'm trying to learn how to fly a Lancer. Specifically.
Oh, okay.
There's some potential there with that freaking dial.
Yeah, they've got an amazing dial.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But no gunner slot.
Large ship with a 5 straight white.
Yeah, it can go fast.
My wife had to do a drive-by and hand off a pizzeria.
Oh my gosh! You sure Austin didn't bring that to you?
Not a Zima.
No, it's not a Zima. One of his Zimas.
Yeah, I have made I really dived into the the list sorcery and came up with a 3-fang list. And by list sorcery, I mean it's just 3 fangs with fearless.
That's it.
Yeah, and I love it. I think it's.
What pilot?
Do you want to guess?
I mean, I'm just thinking you guys I mean, you got Finn Rao in there.
Yes.
No, never.
Next.
Shit. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up so I can remember what the names of the damn.
Yeah, let's do this. You got to make a 3-thing list. What are you going to do, Scott? Which one?
I don't know all the names of the.
Well, you're pulling
pilots.
them up, aren't you?
Well, you've got Terry Crews, Leroy Jerkoff, and Cad.
Cad Solus.
So Cad Solus and Finn Rao and Joy Jerkoff.
And then is the
Leroy Jerkoff.
Leroy Jerkoff.
Yeah, otherwise known as Roy Jerkoff.
Or Joy.
And then the generic one is a 3-pilot skill one, right? And then there's
Yeah.
a pilot skill.
It's a
It's a 1. Zealous Recruit.
There's not a 3.
No, there's a 4-1 that's a Skull Squadron pilot.
Yeah, so 4 and then a 1 for generic.
Yeah.
What you
Why
got?
would you ever do a 1?
You use the 1 to play with the alt art card. I don't know. Maybe we guys got to cook something up. We're gonna do. I have nothing planned this weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to get to do something.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be putting things away in my house.
Yeah, I know. The next league is starting up. When's the next league?
It's next week, I think. 24th or something.
Is it next week? Jeez.
Yeah.
I think that's what he said. Yeah, so we got another week. Put that out. So next week we can start talking about who we're going to be pairing up with and that kind of stuff too. So, all right. Well, I think that's about it, guys.
Yeah, short one.
Yeah, we cut a little short. But thank you guys for coming, joining me for this, and even thanking Austin, even though he came in only for a short time. But we'll get together next week and talk about a little bit some more of the new stuff. And I'm sure since we do have 3 weeks for it to come, I'm sure next week we're going to get one of the other ships. The what is it? The Naboo Starfighter and crap. What was that other one? Oh, the Resistance
transport thing.
Yeah. So one of those two will probably have an article for like maybe Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we'll get that to go, get going, talking about that, get gearing up for it to come out. Yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys. And if you guys are still listening, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to our page, make sure you get the little notification, and check out in the show notes some links to some other of our guys' business, like Kyle's painting and Darren's painting and Chris's other podcasts. So please check them out, and we will see you guys next time. And we are Viper Squadron, and we are out.
Adios.